Once again, welcome everyone to our presentation on the 6th Street Southwest from 33rd Avenue to Wilson Avenue Pavement, Sidewalk, and Water Main Improvement Project video presentation for this spring. Overview of what we're going to be talking about today. We'll give a quick update on the Paving for Progress program, then we'll go into project details, timeline, and then at the end we'll talk about how to contact us with any questions throughout the construction phase of the project. So Paving for Progress, we're fortunate to have it. We get $18.5 million more annually than we did for roadway repairs prior to having a Paving for Progress. In the 7 years of work that we've completed so far, we've invested $116 million in our roads. Another great part about Paving for Progress is it's pay as you go, whereas in the past, the city sold bonds. We'd have to pay those bonds back with interest, basically taking a loan out to work on the streets. So now we pay as we get the revenue in, so less debt for the city. And then also we're able to make more permanent repairs like the ones we're making to 6th Street here versus temporary fixes such as yearly pothole maintenance, which is about all that we've been able to do prior to Paving for Progress on a street like 6th Street. So the 7-year impact, we've done over 65 miles of roadway work, 209 projects, as I said, $116 million invested, and a lot of streets that we were able to get to now are residential streets, 66% of those, 33% on our heavily traveled roads. Prior to having Paving for Progress, we couldn't really work as extensively on those residential streets in the 10 years prior, so we're very fortunate to be able to get into the neighborhoods and fix those streets. Project history, we started in the spring of 2014 planning this, first meeting in the fall of 2016, and we had 2 years as the project was developed. First bid letting was rejected because the bids were over what we had estimated, so we had a second letting here in February, and now construction begins in April. Right now, we're at the construction phase of the project, so we're pretty far along. We know this will be convenient for you, be dusty, noisy. We just hope that you can work with us through the construction phase to the end so that we can get a nice new road out there for you. And with that, I'll turn it over to Bob Tobin with Shoemaker and Holland, and he's going to talk about the details of the project. Thank you.
As Doug mentioned, my name is Bob Tobin with Shoemaker and Holland, consulting engineers. We were the design engineers on the 6th Street Southwest project. The project itself will start on the north side of the viaduct that crosses the Union Pacific Railroad just south of 33rd Avenue, and it will extend to the north side of Wilson Avenue Southwest. The project will include work in the intersection returns along that corridor, as well as in the roadway right-of-way beyond the edges of the existing pavement, and at the driveways as well. A summary of the improvements that will occur as part of the project. There'll be asphalt pavement resurfacing. That process will involve milling off of the existing pavement, as well as patching areas in the I guess I'll say the base concrete pavement below the current asphalt surface, and then coming back in with 3 layers of asphalt to get to that final topping. The project will also include sidewalk installation on both sides of the road, again occurring off the edge of the existing pavement. It will also include replacement of water main for the entire length of the project, as well as storm drainage improvements that will include culverts, as well as storm sewer and intakes and regrading to allow for better drainage. The project will also involve new traffic signals. The signals at 33rd Avenue Southwest and 6th Street Avenue Southwest will be replaced, as well as the signals at Wilson and 6th Street Southwest. And there'll also be a new pedestrian signalized crossing just to the south of 29th Avenue Southwest. The city as well is going to take the opportunity to do some sanitary sewer point repairs and lining as maintenance to that system. Timeline for the project. We have a basic outline, but have not been given the details yet by the contractor. We anticipated that he will start construction here this month and move essentially first into the utilities, and the water main is kind of what's anticipated, starting from the south end of the project and working north. The water main itself will be located on the east side of the road up until it gets to 27th, and then it will cross to the west side of 6th Street and continue on the west side down to Wilson Avenue Southwest. The project will also involve, as we mentioned, the replacement of signals. We anticipated that this work will occur in the summer of this year, and then kind of going into the pavement repairs and sidewalk towards the end of the year. The contractor may as well be doing some of that pavement work in the summer. In the winter of 21-22, it's planned that the roadway will be open to full traffic. The contractor is to remove his equipment and construction activity. And then in spring of 2022, we anticipate there could be some carryover as the contractor would finish the sidewalk, place sod, and do the final roadway surface to complete the project. Property impacts. Access will be maintained to all businesses along the corridor. There will be times when construction work will be occurring, say, half at a time at a driveway, so there'll be one lane open to come in and out, as well as that same scenario at some of the cross streets where they'll work half at a time in the intersection. There'll be signs posted by the city to allow or to identify that all the businesses along the corridor will be open. Water service impacts. There will be times when they're connecting to the new water main where short outages of service may be necessary. The contractor will be required to coordinate with individual property owners, and as part of the process, if it's necessary to do those in off hours, the contractor will make those arrangements. Waste bin pickup. Again, the contractor will coordinate with the individual property owners if his work will not allow the waste collection company to get to the site and pick up the waste bin. The contractor will move it to an accessible location and then return it to the property owner upon pickup. Mail delivery. Again, the contractor will be responsible to ensure that mail delivery can occur. If the Postal Service is unable to get to your site, the contractor will put in a temporary mailbox to be utilized by the postal system. One other comment, that if you have the ability to have deliveries, say off 12th Street Southwest or off Gateway Place Southwest, it might be good to work with your suppliers to come in that way. It may just make it easier for everybody to keep that delivery traffic off 6th Street if possible. We know that won't be available to all the businesses along the corridor, but did want to make that suggestion. Continuing on the traffic impact, 6th Street Southwest is to remain open. There'll be lane reductions where there'll only be one lane in each direction during some of the utility and pavement work. There will also be a need for some short-term detours at Wilson Avenue Southwest and 6th Street when they're doing some water main crossing work. The medians will be removed near the intersection of 6th Street and 33rd Avenue Southwest, and those will be replaced for the most part. The one on 33rd Avenue to the east of the intersection will be removed and painted out in the future. But anyway, those will require some special, I guess, traffic control placement of delineators to direct traffic in those areas. There'll be temporary traffic signals at both 6th Street and 33rd Avenue and 6th Street and Wilson Avenue to help direct traffic as well after the existing signals come down and before the new signals are replaced or put in place. The following slide is represents the road closure on the north side of 6th Street Southwest while the water main is crossing the road at that location. The allowance is for 14 days of closure at that intersection, and the contractor is incentivized if he can get that open sooner. The detour that will be signed when that's occurring is shown in this slide. If you look at this, north is to the right, and so traffic will be directed along Wilson Avenue out to Interstate 380 and then back to 6th Street using Diagonal Drive Southwest for any through traffic. The other closure is across Wilson Avenue, and again, it's for water main. The detour that will occur during that time will direct traffic onto 18th Street Southwest, then use the 16th Avenue, 15th Avenue Southwest one-way pair back to 6th Street, or if you're heading north on 6th Street, you would just follow this in reverse. Contact information, as you can see, the city has a website set up for this project, and you can go to that to learn the latest updates during construction. The contractor, as was mentioned earlier, is Boomerang Construction, and their contact information is indicated here. The city construction administrator is Eric Ball, and the city project manager is Lee Tippy, and those phone numbers are listed as well. And again, my name is Bob Topin with Shoemaker and Holland, and I can be contacted at the number at the very bottom of the slide.
Thank you, Bob, for that presentation. So he did go over how to contact us if we're available. We're available, of course, by mail, phone, email, and Zoom call request. You can also leave feedback online at www.cityofcedarrapids.com/virtualpublicworks.com or Virtual Public Works. So thank you again for watching the presentation, and don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions.